Well, hello there, all you lovely people of the internet. Welcome back to the Fernando Alonso career mode. He's currently in 7th place with 63 World Championship points. Now, before we continue, we're out on one of those invitational races in the absolutely gorgeous Ferrari from 2004. Yes, little bit of foreshadowing once again for Fernando. Anyway, as you can see, he passed his goal with flying colours. So we move on now to the next Grand Prix of the Championship. And it's Great Britain at Silverstone, the home of the British Grand Prix. Yes, and we've got a weekend preview from Carl now. And you can see that we've got new developments on the car, energy recovery and gearbox durability. And the qualifier and the race is going to be dry. Fantastic. We're still staying, of course, with our simulated Minardi car, which is Red Bull. And we're still second from last in the development table. Yes, second from last, as you can see. But we have got a new cylinder head in development for Germany. Wowzers, absolute wowzers. And the engine looks pretty decent at the moment. Yes, 20% wear overall. So out we go at Silverstone then. You can see it's gorgeous sunshine. The Silverstone crowds are cheering on Fernando Alonso as he completes his first qualifying run in 8th position at the moment. 2 seconds though behind the leader Valtteri Bottas. Anyway, a little bit later into qualifying you can see, oh dear, 17th place at the moment for Fernando Alonso. Is he going to improve on that as he crosses the line? We're about to find out. The answer is going to be, oh yes, 11th place. Wowzers, 11th place for Fernando. Hamilton's got pole though, I do believe. Now let's have a look at the final starting grid for the race. Lewis Hamilton, pole position. Valtteri Bottas in 2nd. Maxi Boy Verstappen in 3rd. Charles Leclerc in 4th. 5th for Sebastian Vettel. 6th for Sergio Perez. 7th for Romain Grosjean. 8th for Lucas Weber. 9th for Devon Butler. I've forgotten it now. I lost it trying to do my impersonations of the stupid names, and I've lost it. Anyway, 18th for George Russell and 19th for our teammate Alexander Albon. Anyway, we have reformed on the grid, ladies and gentlemen, and once again it's time to say go, go, go as the 5 lights go out for the Fernando Alonso clear mode, and we say go, 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 and it's away he goes. From 12th position on the grid, you can see there's Lando Norris and the McLaren directly ahead of us. We're going to turn 1. This is going to get very, very tight indeed. We've got Magnussen and the Haas just fighting for position as well, as you can see. But Fernando Alonso takes no notice of that whatsoever. Dives down the inside of both of them and gets up into the points already. And there's Devon Butler. Oh my goodness. But Lando Norris is not having any of Fernando Alonso's shit. No, none of it at all. And he's fighting like crazy to try and get his position back from Fernando Alonso, of course, because this is for World Championship points. And being a McLaren, of course, they need every point they can get. But Fernando Alonso dives around the outside. Oh, he goes very, very wide. Oh, and he cuts back in, but he's lost a huge amount of places. But he now goes out to the outside line. Oh, my goodness, there's Devon Butler in front of us again. But no, Fernando Alonso has actually lost out there. He's lost out. 11th place for Fernando. Wowzers. Well, he tried his best, but it wasn't enough in the end. So Fernando Alonso down to 11th position. Kevin Magnussen in the Haas car is directly behind us in 12th position, and ahead of us now in the Renault car is Devon Butler as we go through the Maggots and Beckett section of the glorious Silverstone circuit. Yes, once again, now we go down the Hangar Straight, which of course would be the DRS zone, but that's not until the 3rd lap of this Grand Prix. Wowzers, almost gave yourself an ice cream headache there as well, so I've got to calm down a little bit. What's the blood pressure, Dave? What's the blood pressure? Fuck it. Anyway, just about to complete lap 1 of this Grand Prix. Still chasing hard is Fernando Alonso on Devon Butler. And the fastest lap has just been done by Lewis Hamilton, who I presume is in the lead. Yes, in the lead of this Grand Prix. As we're just about to start lap 2 now. Yes, lap 2. And you can see that the Haas car is hustling. Yes, hustling Fernando Alonso behind. And he's going round the outside of Fernando. Is he going to get the tighter line? Oh no, Fernando manages to hold it back at the moment. And the Haas goes very, very wide and goes straight into the sort of side pod of the Force India. Also, I say the racing point for 2019. And that was very, very dicey indeed there. Very, very dicey indeed. But anyway, Fernando's still holding on, as you can see, with his customary number 14 number on the front cowling of his car. You can see that there clearly as we just go through this section. There it is, the number 14 for Fernando Alonso. Of course, his driver number, which they started, I think, was it 2017 or 2018? I can't remember them now. But yes, they started the driver numbers. Actually, it may have been 16. I'm not quite sure. Anyway, it doesn't really matter. You can clearly see the number on the front of Fernando's car there. Yes. and he's still going once again through the complicated section of this Silverstone circuit, trying desperately to catch up with the cars in front. But I have to say, he's not making much progress at all at the moment. The cars in front seem to be pulling away. Don't forget, of course, this is our simulated Minardi car. It's almost the second slowest car in the field. And I have to say, Fernando... Oh, look at that, everyone. He's got damage to his front wing. Maybe that's why he hasn't been able to catch up to the cars in front. Look at that. It looks like a shark has bitten into that front wing and just snapped it straight off. Look at that. Absolutely unbelievable scenes there for Fernando Alonso. So that is not going to improve his downforce and his stability going to the corners. So that may be the reason why he's not catching up to Devon Butler in the Renault. That's a serious bit of wing damage there. He must have got that on the first lap, trying to get around those cars, and yes, I think that may be a reason why Fernando Alonso is disadvantaged in this race at the moment. So this is now lap 3. This is the DRS lap, of course, but he's not close enough to any of the cars in front, especially not Devon Butler, to catch up to him and try and get past under DRS. But once again, Fernando Alonso is going to give it his all, and see if he can get any points in this race at Silverstone. But unfortunately at Silverstone you need a pretty good engine, and some really good downforce. In fact, yes, sort of a medium downforce for Silverstone to get yourself around the corners. You really need a low downforce for the straights, but if you do that you're going to get absolutely mullered trying to get through the corners, absolutely mullered. So it's best to go for a medium sort of setup. And of course, with that front wing damage on Fernando Alonso's car as he goes through the Maggots and Beckett section once more, I don't think he's going to be able to catch up to that Renault of Devon Butler as we go down the hangar straight once again. Yes, so still trying to chase the cars, in front, but he's still in 11th, which is just outside, of course, the World Championship points in the 2019 season. So no points at the moment for Fernando Alonso, no points whatsoever. So just about to complete the third lap of the Grand Prix now and go into lap 4. And Magnussen in the Haas is still behind. Oh, he jumps over the curb there. Does Fernando Alonso, but he's okay. Anyway, we accelerate forward out to lap 6 of the Grand Prix. Still in 11th place for Fernando Alonso, but he's under pressure now from Kevin Magnussen in that Haas car. Tries to make a move down the inside of him, but he holds the line and holds on to this 11th place. But it's still no World Championship points at the moment for Fernando. And he goes a little bit wide there on the exit, Could this give Kevin Magnussen the chance to get a run on him? You can see from the mini screen he's trying to go around the outside. Now he's trying to go around the inside, but no. Fernando Alonso holds on to this 11th place as we accelerate forward to lap 7 of the Grand Prix. Once again, we've got pressure from Kevin Magnussen through the Maggots and Beckett section, and this time K-Mag goes past Fernando. I don't think he's got any response to this. He's trying desperately, and of course this simulated Minardi car, second to last in the development of this car at the moment. But look at this, he gets a run on Kevin Magnussen, goes down the inside, and I think he gets the place back, does he? And yes, the answer to that is yes he does. So still holding on to 11th place at the moment, still just outside these World Championship points. It's so frustrating. It must be so frustrating for Fernando as we accelerate forward out to lap 7 to actually be still outside of the World Championship points, and almost half of the race has gone and we've only got half more to go. Anyway, we've just gone past the pits and quite a few cars have come into the pit, so we've got up into 5th position, but of course it's a net 5th place because he hasn't made his pit stop yet. But yes, at the moment in 5th place, Pierre Gasly is behind, and Lucas Weber is currently ahead. Pierre Gasly, of course, is now in a Haas car. Yes, a Haas car. As we accelerate forward to lap 8 of the Grand Prix, just going past the pits once again, and once again more cars have come in, including a Mercedes, and I think that must be Hamilton. Yes, it is Hamilton. So Fernando Alonso goes into the lead. Yes, into the lead of this Grand Prix on lap 9, but don't get too excited, everyone, because as I say, he hasn't come in for his pit stop yet. I have a sneaky suspicion he's not going to do very well, because once he pits, he's going to lose quite a few positions. Anyway, we accelerate forward at the end of lap 9. He does indeed now come in for his pit stop. Don't forget, at Silverstone, it's a very, very slow pit entrance. Just look at the kph speed, or the miles per hour. We're down to 37 miles an hour as we come in for our stop now. Yes, this is a very, very long stop indeed. And he's already lost the place to Hamilton already. Charles Leclerc has gone past. Valtteri Bottas, Vettel's gone past. Oh my goodness, Grosjean as well. Anyway, we change from the soft tyre onto the hard tyre, which is the yellow sidewall tyre, as you can see. And we're going to rejoin. Oh, no, he's out of the points as he rejoins back down to 11th again, but he's ahead of his teammate Alexander Albon, but he is still out of the World Championship points on lap 10. Just a few more laps to go as well, so I don't think he's going to make any inroads into the cars in front. And the car in front is, of course, Sergio Perez in the Racing Point car. But I just don't think he's going to do it. I don't think he's going to get into the points. As we accelerate forward out to lap 12 of the Grand Prix, and he's under pressure once again from K-Mag in that Hus car. The Hus car seems to be a lot faster than this Toro Rosso that Fernando Alonso is driving, but through sheer determination he manages to hold on to this 11th place. Lando Norris is currently in 10th position ahead of him in the McLaren. Oh my goodness, we're just about to start the last lap of this Grand Prix, so this is the last chance for K-Mag to try and get past Fernando Alonso, as we once again go through this very, very complicated section at Silverstone as he goes around the outside of Fernando Alonso. But he's got the line, of course. He's got the line as Fernando, so all he's got to do is just sit there in the middle of the circuit, and then the other cars have just basically got to get past him as we go past the DRS zone now. Does that mean that K-Mag is going to get a run on Fernando Alonso? We will find out any minute now, and the answer to that is no, he doesn't. So it looks like Fernando is going to finish in 11th place, which is going to be so disappointing for Fernando. So disappointing, just outside of the World Championship points. Wowzers. Anyway, this is not the end of the lap. This is the other bit of the end of the lap. Yes, I always get confused with, because now we're going through the maggots and the bucket section for the last time in this Grand Prix in 2019 for Fernando Alonso in the Toro Rosso car. Yes, and Lewis Hamilton's just put another fastest lap in. The jammy little kid, and in fact he's just won the race as well. Look at that, unbelievable scenes from the blessed one once again. Lewis Hamilton wins the race, and it looks like Fernando Alonso is going to finish just outside of the World Championship points in 11th position. Yes, 11th place. Wowzers. Seriously disappointing for Fernando, but there just wasn't enough speed in the car today. Just not enough speed. Anyway, he crosses the line in 11th place. Well, I wonder what he's going to say about that.
The engine was going much slower than before. Amazing.
Oh. Cock. Anyway, there is Dr. Wolf the Terminator. Is your name Sarah Connor? No, mate, it's Mike. Not me. You know who I am. You bloody employed me, didn't you, you sponge? Anyway, there's Lulu. There's Lulu. And there's the team mechanics at Mercedes, ready for their hot tub session later. Oh, they love it, they do. They just love it. You get all the soap in all the crevices and it. Oh, it's just glorious. And there's Valtteri Bottas in 6th position. Yes, 6th position. So on to the podium we go. There's Lulu. And there is the two Ferrari drivers of Sebastian Vettel and Charles Leclerc as Lulu holds the trophy up high. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. And now it's time for the champagne swilling over everyone. Go on, get it all over everyone. Well done, Lulu. Well done indeed. So that's the end of that race then. Pretty disappointing, has to be said, for Fernando. Pretty disappointing. But anyway, let's have a look at the final points now and see where we are. So there you go. In the driver stands now, we're still in 7th place, scores with 63 points. Lewis Hamilton's drawn out his lead now to 193 World Championship points. Valtteri Bottas in 2nd with 172 World Championship points. In the Constructors, we're still in 4th position with those 63 points. Anyway, let's move on to the next Grand Prix. We've got a debrief from Carl. He's not very happy, not very happy. And you can see that, yeah, we're still second from last, unfortunately, in the development. Anyway, now we've got our 2,000 resource points, which means we can do some developments to the car. We need, of course, some durability developments because we're doing very, very badly in getting this car to be durable, just to last a few Grand Prix, to be honest. So we're going to go for gearbox. We're going to go for gearbox and something to do with the powertrain as well. Oh my goodness. Sneaky. Very, very sneaky. Yes. So let's move on now to the next Grand Prix, and the next Grand Prix is going to be in Germany. Yes, Germany, for the German Grand Prix. So here's an overview, and you can see our developments have been completed successfully, and it was for the engine power, a new cylinder head, and 2 gearbox durability options as well. And you can see qualifying and race is going to be dry, though it could rain towards the end, but we don't know. Anyway, there's a development update. We're doing pretty well. We're doing pretty well. I do hate the fact that it's a bar graph now. I much preferred it in 2016. But anyway, this is what we got now. So you can see we're still second from last.
Track acclimatization program available in free practice sessions allows you to learn the track whilst earning resource points for the development of your car. On-track markers show the key points through each corner, and the more of these you're able to consistently drive through at an appropriate speed, the higher your score and the more resource points you'll be rewarded with. Try and chain together multiple successful corners for a consistency boost to your score.
Well, thank you for the info, Anthony Davison. Anyway, as you can see, we're on qualifying once again for Fernando Alonso. Lewis Hamilton's just put in a fastest lap once again with a 1:13.594. Let's see what time Fernando Alonso is going to put in as he crosses the line. Is he going to beat it? Well, I don't think he's going to be honest. I don't think he's going to. And he crosses the line now, and it's third place, but it's almost 2 seconds off the pace. 2 seconds off the pace. As we accelerate forward now to a little bit later in the qualifying, as you can see, 17th place now is Fernando Alonso. Can he improve on that though? Maxi Boy Verstappen's currently in the lead at the moment. And else is going to be... No. Actually 2.2 seconds now off the pace.
It's further back than we'd like, but
so the final position was in fact 19th place for Fernando Alonso. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. So have a look at the final grid order then. First for Maxi Boy Verstappen, second for Valtteri Bottas. In third position, it's, come on, hurry up, I'm waiting for you now, Lewis Hamilton. Fourth for Sebastian Vettel. Fifth for Romain Grosjean. Sixth for Pierre Gasly. Seventh for Charles Leclerc. Eighth for Carlos Sainz. Ninth for Lando Norris. 10th for Sergio Perez. 11th for Kevin Magnussen. 12th for Lucas Weber. 13th for Devon Butler. 14th for Alexander Albon. 15th for Kimi Raikkonen. 16th for George Russell. 17th for Daniel Ricciardo. 18th for Lance Stroll. 19th for Fernando Alonso. 20th for Kubica. Oh my goodness gracious, bloody Google, I did it. Anyway, the 5 lights go out and we say go, 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 and it's away he goes for the Fernando Alonso career mode in Germany, and he gets off to a pretty decent start, it has to be said. There's 4 abreast though going to the first turn. It's going to get very, very tight indeed. Ooh! But he gets through up into 18th place. That's only 1 position now for Fernando Alonso at the moment. Daniel Ricciardo, the Honey Badger, is currently in. Look at this, he does a dive bomb down the inside of a huge amount of cars. Does he get through? Does he get through? I think he does. But I do believe he may have some damage over there. A little bit of front wing damage, I do believe. Anyway, he's up into 16th place now, fighting like crazy with George Russell in the Williams. Look at this, they're almost banging wheels. Anyway, we go to the next turn. No, no, Fernando, no, don't do it. Oh, bloody hell. Did he get through? I shut my eyes. Did he get through? He did get through. Wowzers. Up into 13th place then for Fernando Alonso. Next target is Devon Butler. Devon Butler in the Renault. He dives down the inside, does a switch back on Devon Butler. Oh, and I think there's more contact there. I think there may be more wing damage as well, I do believe. Look at this. Fernando Alonso seems to be dropping back. I don't know what's happened. I think he's definitely got some damage to the car. Anyway, he's holding on at the moment to 13th place. Lucas Weber is currently behind us in 14th position. Devon Butler ahead in 12th. And Fernando Alonso in 13th place, which is about to complete the end of lap 1 and going to lap 2. But yes, Fernando seems to be having a few problems here. As Valtteri Bottas puts in the fastest lap. We go on to lap 2 now. Let's see if we can see any damage to the car as we go to the outside camera view. I'm just having a look. I can't see any. Is there any damage? Or the end fences are still on the car at the moment, as you can see. But as I say that, one of the Saubers is trying to get past, but he's holding on at the moment. I'm just trying to see that front wing, see how much damage there is. Well, I can't actually see any. If there's any damage at all, it's going to be to the turning vanes, which of course are on the top part of the front wing. And I can't quite see that, or I don't know. Is there damage? Is there damage as he comes around here? Well, actually the wing looks pretty intact, but I'm pretty sure there's damage to that wing. Yes, it's probably then the turning vanes, which of course will affect his grip and stability going through the corners. But anyway, Fernando Alonso won't give up. He'll just keep going. He'll just keep plugging on at the moment. And we will see if he manages to catch up to any of these cars. I've got a sneaky suspicion though that he's not going to score any World Championship points again. He seems to be going through, or should I say the car and the team seem to be going through a mid-season slump at the moment. Yes, definitely a mid-season slump. So hopefully if we can get past this, well, we will be able to get past this because we will be moving, of course, at the halfway point of the season to the Renault team, which of course was the second team that Fernando Alonso drove for in his F1 career. So we'll be moving on to them, and hopefully that should improve our chances, because at the moment we have a Renault in front of us of Devon Butler. Yes, so that just shows you that obviously they're a little bit further in development than what we are in our simulated Minardi car. So this is now lap 3 of the Grand Prix. You can see Devon Butler in the Renault still ahead, but Fernando Alonso is now getting a run. He's now getting a run. He's got no DRS though. No, yes, he has got DRS. Sorry, that's why he's getting a run. The cars in front. He dives down the inside of 2 cars as he gets past. Oh, he's squeezing. He's squeezing. He squeezes both those cars out, but yes, he gets through up into 11th place now. Wowzers, 11th place for Fernando Alonso. Next car in front is Sergio Perez in the Racing Point, and we've got Lucas Weber is currently now the car behind, and of course that's Sauber. Oh my goodness, or Alfa Romeo, whatever you want to call them these days. So holding on for Alonso, just outside once again though, the World Championship points. This is not looking good, is it? As the Sauber tries for dive down the inside. Oh, there was contact there. Oh, the hand of truth comes up as well. And there is the Sauber once again trying to get past of Lucas Weber, of course. GP2 teammates, of course, at the start of the season or just before the start of this season. So, of course, they know exactly what they're doing with each other because they've already been racing together in the previous championship. As we accelerate forward in lap 5 of the Grand Prix, you can see once again Weber is trying to get past, and Fernando Alonso has to go very, very wide indeed, but he holds on to his 11th place, and Sergio Perez in the Racing Point is still ahead of him and a little bit further up the road. So we accelerate forward now to a little bit further to lap 5, and once again Weber gets past under DRS. You can see he's got his flap open, but Fernando Alonso is going to brake very, very late here. Oh, can he get it round now? Oh, he's gone very wide indeed, and Lucas Weber, he's got a warning for a collision with Lucas Weber in fact, but he's gone past. I don't think Fernando Alonso is going to get the place back. I think he's a little bit too far back. I'm sure he's got damage to his car. We'll find out a little bit later on. So we accelerate forward now to the end of lap 5 going to lap 6. And we've got cars coming to the pits, including our teammate now. So yes, Fernando is finally into the World Championship points. Yes, he's finally up into 9th position. But of course, as I've said in previous races, this is only a net position because he's still going to come in for his pit stop. And Butler is now behind him in 10th place, and Weber is ahead. We accelerate forward down to the end of lap 6, or a little bit later into lap 6 I should say. And once again he's under pressure from the car behind. That is Devon Butler in that Renault car. Devon Butler, and they're side by side as you can see going to the next turn. Someone's got to give, and it is Devon Butler that yields the position to Fernando Alonso. And he holds on to this 9th place at the moment. As we accelerate forward now to the end of lap 6 going to lap 7, there's more cars in the pits, and we go past now, and he's up into 3rd place now. 3rd place for Fernando Alonso. If only he didn't have to come into his pits, this would be a very, very good race indeed, but unfortunately he has to, as Butler is still trying to get past, but he loses the place there, and in fact he loses another place to Lewis Hamilton, who was champion at the pit trying to get past Devon Butler there, and he's done it. So Alonso holds on to 3rd, Hamilton in 4th now, and Lucas Weber in 2nd, as Lewis Hamilton predictably goes round inside. Very, very tight there, very, very tight for Lewis Hamilton. Oh, there's a little bit of contact. Look at this, side by side once again, Fernando Alonso and Lewis Hamilton. Wow, this is another bit of foreshadowing, I do believe, to future races and future championships. But at the moment, oh, he goes a little bit wide, though, does Fernando Alonso, and that gives Hamilton the chance he needed. Well, not that he needed much of a chance in that Mercedes, but yes, he's got it, and now he's gone past Fernando Alonso, and now Valtteri Bottas has gone past as well. This is not looking good. I think Fernando, I better just come into the pits now. You better just come into the pits because he's hit Bottas. He's hit Valtteri Bottas. Yellow flag. He's got a warning for collision with him. Well, that was a little bit of a mistake there from Fernando Alonso. So he's going to say, that's it, I'm done, and coming to the pits. A very, very sensible decision there, because the cars behind were absolutely mullering him. So he comes in for his pit stop. Also, Devon Butler is in behind in the Renault. You can see just going to his pit garage. And we change now from the super soft tyre onto the soft tyre. Oh, there's no sort of hell. There's no sort of hold as we come out of the pit, so it's looking pretty good. But oh my goodness, look where we end up. Look where we end up for Fernando Alonso, 17th position in the middle of a Williams sandwich. Robert Kubica and George Russell as we accelerate forward to lap 10. And we got yellow flags once again. I don't know why, but we're still battling with this Devon Butler of the Renault. Oh, Kevin Magnussen's out of the session. That's why we got the yellow flags. Kevin Magnussen, and look at that, just off to the left. His car has exploded. His engine has gone, and that's why Kevin Magnussen is out of the race. But look at this. He's used the opportunities, Fernando Alonso, to unsight Robert Kubica and try and get past him. But no, Kubica manages to hold on to this 15th place, and Alonso's now down to 16th position as we accelerate forward to lap 11. Where he's finally got a run on Robert Kubica in the Williams car. He gets past and he's up into 15th place, but Daniel Ricciardo is in 4th. Oh, I don't say that though. Kubica tries for another sort of dive, a sneaky little dive to try and get the place back. But yes, now we can see exactly what the problem is with Fernando Alonso on lap 11. He has wing damage on that car, quite a bit of yellow damage on the left hand side and a little bit of yellow damage on the right hand side as well. So that is definitely going to affect his stability in the corners, and on this Grand Prix you need a lot of cornering stability Otherwise, you do run very, very wide and you lose a huge amount of time. So this is the problem for Fernando. On lap 14, he's struggling with a damaged front wing as we accelerate forward into lap 16 of the Grand Prix. And we're just about to start the last lap of the race now, and it looks like once again it's going to be no points for Fernando Alonso. And in fact, his teammate Alexander Albon is now ahead of him in 14th place. This is going to look like a complete disaster at the end. 2 races on the trot as the racing point of Lance Stroll tries to get past. He's just absolutely being mullered, but he's got no defence, of course. He's in a car which is basically second from last in the development table, and he's nursing damage to both sides of his front wing as Stroll gets the DRS open. And oh no, 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 no! Now Fernando Alonso's got even more damage to his front wing. He's just going to hold on now and get to the end of the race as Lewis Hamilton has now won the race, and it looks like Fernando Alonso is going to finish in a very, very disappointing 15th place. But he gave it his all once again, as he always did, and always does, I should say, and he's going to finish in 15th place. But not a very good result, but if you can understand the amount of wing damage he has on the front of that car, it's been very, very difficult just to get it to go in a straight line. Of course, this is our simulated Minardi car, the Toro Rosso for 2019. Anyway, he crosses the line and finishes in a quite disappointing and quite crestfallen 15th place for Fernando Alonso. And there's not even a comment from him. No, not even a comment. But I think he knows that some of that was his own fault with the damaged wing, so he can't really complain about the car there. Anyway, once again, there is Toto Wolff. Toto Wolff. And there's Lulu. Absolute dominance once again from the now 6 times world champions Lewis Hamilton. And there's the team mechanics congratulating themselves once again. Well done, lads. And there's Kimi in the Sauber. Fantastic. He must be about 102 by now, surely. Anyway, there's the podium. There's Lulu. There's Vettel. And Maxi Boy Verstappen as well. Yes, well done, Lulu. Well done indeed. Anyway, there's the champagne once again over everyone. And the, what do they call it? Tinsel? No. Ticker tape? I don't know what you call it. All that stuff that's falling down the screen anyway. So, no points for 2 rounds for Fernando Alonso. Lewis Hamilton now 219 points to Valtteri Bottas' 178. So he is kind of pulling away in this championship. Let's hope we can get to Renault soon and get some good inroads into this championship. Anyway, as we talk to Claire once again in the interview, and she asks the most boring and banal questions that could ever be asked by a man or woman, I'd just like to say thanks so much for watching, everyone, and as always, there will of course be more later.